Hey y'all, I'm back putting on my gloves. Wanted to show you all the part when you're actually getting ready to mix up all of your resin and colors to make, oh, where did I put it? There. To make these marble tumblers. So pretty. All right, so I have 2 cups. And this is part A. I'm gonna go ahead and pour. This part A, the resin part, just to let y'all know, pours extremely slow. Which is just fine because it is prone to get bubbles. Come on, little Betty. Alright, and I just eyeball it. I know there's probably more of a technical way to do this, but I am not technical. If y'all know me, I'm a freestyler. I put about that much. So, as I mentioned on my earlier video, you need to put that much of the other side as well. So here's the B side. Alright, cap on, out of the way. I have found it easier to pour the B side into the A side because the B side, the hardener, isn't as thick and it's easier to pour. So here we go. Pour all this together. Always scrape the sides of your stick and your cup. Get every little bit out of there because, like I said, they need to be equal parts. Okay, once I have an empty cup that's been used, I like to set it upside down because I know not to use it again. That could really mess something up. From this point, you just stir it extremely slow, and I don't know if you can tell. Nope, can't tell. Anyway, when you mix these 2 parts, it's really, really cloudy looking. But don't fear, it will turn clear. The most important thing, again, is to scrape the sides, scrape your stick, and just keep mixing it very slow. Let me see if I can pick the phone up and show you. Oh, Lord. I don't know if you can see down there, but very cloudy. Get on there. All right. Usually after about 2 to 3 minutes of stirring, and again, stir very, very, very slow because you're going to be adding bubbles to this, and you don't want to do that. No, no, no. You can also, if you see bubbles, pop them with your stick as you're stirring. But this part is actually kind of relaxing too. You just listen to your music that I said is very important. And Just mix it together and let it do its magic. I have a feeling I have mixed way too much on this. Oops. I'm sure there's other types of resins you can work with. The only reason I chose this Alumilite Amazing Clear Cast is because it had so many good ratings. And it is, well, I mean, I think it's expensive. It's about $22 for those bottles. But if you go to, whether you buy it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I think I usually get it at Michael's. You just go to their website and pull yourself that 40% coupon they always offer, and that brings that price way down. It makes it not too bad. But when you do this process versus a regular cup, let me see if I can get a regular cup to show you. Something like this doesn't take near as much resin because it's only one color. Alright, starting to get clear a little bit, so we're getting there. A little bit more mixing. I'm gonna get a couple other cups to stand by. If I mix too much, I'll just start on the other cup too, even though I didn't want to. Don't let resin scare you. For years I was scared to work with it, so I didn't do it. And finally I had decided one day in my mind, hey, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Well, worst going to happen is you end up throwing out your cup. So, if that's the worst that can happen, just go ahead and jump in feet first. I did, and haven't ever looked back. All right, we are there. It's nice and clear. So, what I'm going to do is start mixing the colors. I'll put a little bit in this cup. A little bit in this one. And this part doesn't have to be exact because this is where you are going to start mixing color and glitter. So it ain't no biggie.
Summertime at my grandparents in Virginia. Of course, in Virginia, that was Kilmarnock, so
all right. So I'm going to put the extra resin off to the side here and start mixing in colors. As I mentioned, this one is pink and gold. So start adding it in there. That was a little bit of paint, a little bit of glitter. Let me see if that ends up getting enough color, because sometimes it thins out and it's not gold enough or pink enough or whatever color. You get what I'm saying? That actually looks pretty good. All right, so there's that. Let's do some pink. Oh boy. Looks like we're about out of this little buddy. Get in there. All right, so that's not enough. So, thank goodness I got out another paint earlier. Now I'm going to add some of this other pink. Oops, that's enough. Usually don't like to hear oops, but this is not an exact science. Trust me. Okay, got a nice pink color mixed up, and oh, white. Come on, buddy, get in there. There you go. And I'm adding some glitter. Sound like a redneck. Well, I am. All right, add in the white glitter. And let's see if that's enough white, or if it just looks clear with glitter. I could use a little bit more white. Whoa there, cowgirl. Alright. Let me see. Hopefully you can... Nope, can't see the cup. Alright, hold on. Let me get you another angle. Might be able to see that. All right. I got all my colors mixed. I have my paintbrush that's been sitting in acetone. And you're going to need it. So right now, you just need to start doing this and adding your color. All right, here's some of that, and it is a hot mess. Some of this, and you just kind of, well, make a mess. Play in your crafts. And here's some of my white. All right, when you got a hot mess of all the colors, set everything aside, get your brush, and just start running it around for your base coat. While you're listening to Supertramp. And I'm just manually turning that thing that you saw earlier. I'm going to set this aside for a minute because it's slipping. Get on there. Alright. And carry on. Don't be scared of this. It's actually fun. And like I said, the worst thing that's ever going to happen, I think, is you have to throw your cup out. So what? Alright, so it looks like this is smoothed out pretty good. And it doesn't need to be exact. And in fact, you don't want it exact because I'm putting this back in my acetone. You don't want these colors right here all muddied. See how they're kind of getting that way? So now, actually, I'm not seeing as much pink glitter on that base coat. So guess what, people, party people? I'm gonna add more. Get in there. And because I added that, probably need to add a little bit more resin, the clear resin. All right, now we'll just start decorating just like before. Turn it. Now this coat, you aren't going to brush on. This is where some of the dimension will come through. I know it doesn't look like it now, but trust me, it will. And picking up the gold again. And just carry on with that. Get right here, little Betty. Good luck. Just put it anywhere you want to. It's like I said, there's no science. You do you, just like I'm gonna do me. All right, and then here's some more white. Get over here. All right, looks like I have a little bit of every color on this. I'm just checking to see if I want any color anywhere else. And what it looks like now is a super far cry from what your finished cup will even resemble. So, all right, so that looks pretty good. Actually, I want a little bit more pink up by the lid. Got enough color up there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna set this aside, all the colors aside for uno momento, and get out my alcohol ink. This one is watermelon. So in theory, it's going to be a nice contrast to the light pink that I have on the cup. So just take it and drop just randomly around pink areas of the cup. Let's see. Got one more. Okay, let's do it. Right, that's enough. Put the cap back on that. At this point, you have all of your colors, and what this thing is going to do is a good job of shifting around and making a hot mess. So, you know, I mentioned the bubbles before, and how we take care of those is a heat gun. So I'm gonna take my gloves off and grab my heat gun. I can get it off the bracelet here. Alright, with the heat gun heat up, oddly enough, for a little bit. Alright, and it's very important when you're doing this step to just keep it moving. You can actually see the bubbles pop. You don't want to hold it over an area for any extended length of time. It might cause a rippling effect or some undesired effect within the resin that is just not cool. Alright. That's working its way around. So what I'm going to do from here is set my timer for 5 more minutes to give everything a chance to shift around a touch. Set it for 5 minutes, then I'm going to hit it again with the heat gun. So I'm going to end this part of the video, and I'll pick up where that leaves off.